New Cadillac Optiq. This is actually a pretty damn good car. This is a 2026 version. It has more available, more specs, better specs, but the price is actually lower. Guys, unfortunately, these vehicles are really expensive in Australia, but they're actually quite good value in the United States. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. YouTube's new algorithm means that you're often not getting all of our videos in your feed. There's 7,500. I'm pretty sure you're probably not seeing a lot of them. In the description, there is a link to our newsletter. Click on that and you can get an update every day of all the latest news in the electric car industry. The 2026 Cadillac Optiq has more power, more features, a built-in NACS charging port, so you can basically connect directly to a Tesla supercharger, and it's cheaper than the outgoing version. Honestly, this is now a very compelling car for the price. The Optiq went on sale earlier this year, starting at a price of $54,400 US. It's Cadillac's most affordable electric SUV, and Cadillac claims its entry-level EV is stealing buyers from rivals. Not sure about that, but it's possible because more than 75% of Cadillac Optiq buyers have never bought a Cadillac ever before. That's, well, in 1 month, in the month of May. So, sort of cherry picking data a little bit there, isn't it? Anyhow, there is a rear-wheel drive version now. There originally was only an all-wheel drive version, so now there's a rear-wheel drive and an all-wheel drive version. The rear-wheel drive version, which is new to the Optiq, has 315 horsepower and 332 pound-feet of torque. But there's also a new dual motor powertrain as well. The new all-wheel drive version of the car offers a pretty big increase in performance and capabilities. Cadillac said it now has 440 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, up from 300 horsepower and 354 pound-feet of torque in the old model, or the existing model, Cadillac Optiq all-wheel drive. I don't understand this, guys. How can an all-wheel drive EV have 300 horsepower? It's like 220 kilowatt from 2 motors in total. That is got to be one of the least powerful dual motor EVs ever. And then, yeah, it's truly strange. Anyway, they've given the car an additional 140 horsepower and nearly 145 pound-feet of torque. So massive, massive power improvements for the same price. You'd have to be a little bit disappointed having the old model, especially seeing as those are not the only things they've changed. They've changed some other things too. A more powerful Optiq V is coming to the lineup in 2026, which will have what Electric calls a monstrous 519 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 miles an hour takes 3.5 seconds. 0 to 62 miles an hour, about 3.7 seconds. Pretty much the same performance as the car I just bought, the Zeekr 7X all-wheel drive, which actually has nearly 700 horsepower. Yeah, and it's actually a lot cheaper as well. But that said, the Optiq is a pretty damn impressive car though. And it's the first General Motors vehicle with a built-in NACS port, which, yeah, like I said before, you can charge at any of Tesla's superchargers. And I believe Tesla has 21,500 of those in North America. That's quite a lot of chargers. As you can see, it has a, Cadillac says, is a segment-leading 33-inch diagonal LED display and best-in-class rear cargo room with up to 26 cubic feet of cargo space. That's actually quite a lot of boot space. To give you some more understandable numbers, that's 736 liters of boot space. So, yeah, that's pretty impressive, especially seeing as this car kind of looks a lot very coupe-like. So the prices, what are they? Well, price of the luxury rear-wheel drive is $52,400, and it gets 317 miles of range. These range figures, you will get these in the real world. These are General Motors estimated range figures, which are quite conservative. So these are not WLTP numbers. They are real-world highway driving numbers, 317 miles. That's pretty good. It's more than 500 kilometers. The Sport rear-wheel drive, same range, 317 miles. The Premium Luxury rear-wheel drive, $54,600, 317 miles. The Premium Sport rear-wheel drive, 55,317 miles. So there's a lot of rear-wheel drive versions. The V Series all-wheel drive, so that's the one that now has about 450 horsepower. That is 275 miles of range and 68,800 US dollars. You're paying a lot more money, just to add that extra front motor. You're actually paying an additional 13,700 US dollars. As far as I can tell, that's the only difference between the Premium Sport and the V Series all-wheel drive. But paying your extra 13,500 US dollars, you are getting 42 miles less range than the rear-wheel drive version. I'll take the rear-wheel drive version. I think that's a much better deal. Don't know the price of the sports version of the all-wheel drive car. That we haven't seen that yet. I think the base version, in fact, I think the sport rear-wheel drive is going to be the best deal. $52,995, 317 miles of range. Unfortunately, in Australia, the all-wheel drive version is like 120 grand Australian dollars, but it's just out of the budget for most normal human beings. Now, you can actually upgrade all those trims, apparently, to all-wheel drive for an additional $3,500. Actually, that's not bad. I wouldn't do it because you're going to get less range. You're going to get 42 miles less range, but still $3,500 if you live somewhere where you need all-wheel drive. Maybe you live in a snowy area or somewhere where it just rains constantly. Now, actually, guys, just reading information from Cadillac here while I've been doing this video, I believe if you add all-wheel drive to most of these options, so most versions of this car, if you change it from rear-wheel drive to all-wheel drive, it doesn't actually change the range as much as I thought it does because you're not changing the wheel size. If you keep the wheels the same and add all-wheel drive for your $3,500, you're actually going to get not that much less range. It's actually 303 miles of range. So it's only going to decrease your range by 14 miles. And in that case, that's actually pretty good. Now, guys, what do you think about this vehicle? Do you think it's decent value? I actually do think in the US this is a pretty good car for the money. I really only don't like one thing about it. The super cool screen. Cadillac says it's awesome and a benchmark leading screen. I don't think it's practical. I think having a really narrow screen like that is actually, if you think about it, for me, the number one reason I even use a screen is to do really two things. When I say number one is for me to navigate using maps. Number two is to flick through my music and look at what my playlists are and that sort of stuff. Now, if you're navigating on a map with a horizontal narrow screen, you can't see a lot of the map. So you're having to constantly go, what? So I don't like this new age design of having these horizontal, thin, narrow screens. I think the boxy, square-shaped screens are much more practical. They don't look as cool, but they actually are much more practical. Other than that, really nice looking interiors. It's one of the best looking interiors of a GM vehicle. In fact, one of the best looking interiors of any American-made car. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments. Bye-bye. The Sydney EV International Motor Show. If you want to get a 50% discount on your tickets, all you got to do, click the link in the description and use the promotion code that's in the description. Just copy and paste that. Now, I should mention there's only 200 tickets available per day. So if you go to use the promo code and you can't get a ticket, wait till the next day. Don't wait until the day before the show to get your tickets because otherwise you'll probably miss out on getting the 50% discount.